Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally. So you can put a like if you like this video. And really, do you want to know the difference between do, does, am, is, are, was, were, will, would, have, has and had? So if so, this video is for you. Okay, you can see all the information here. Okay, let's look at do. When do we use do? We use it in present simple for questions. We say do I, do we, do you, do they. For example, do you understand? Really, do you understand me? Do you want to put a like? Good. Does. We also use it in present simple for questions, but in contrast to do, we use it with he, she and it. Look, does she like it? Or you can ask, does he like it? Or does it often happen? Okay, so do and does, we use do and does with present simple. If you have I, we, you, they, you need do. If you have he, she, it, you need does. Okay, let's look at am. We need it in present simple too, and we use it with I. But we don't need actually to say only I am. We can also use it in negative form and in questions. Look, I am right. So it isn't a negative form and it isn't a question. It's a statement. I am not tight. You see, it's a negative form. And are you happy? Are you happy? So it's a question. Okay, but we'll talk about are later. Okay, what question, for example, can you ask instead of this question? For example, you can ask, am I? Am I right? Am I right? Okay, so we need to have this example in this section. Okay, thank you anyway. Next, is. We also use it in present simple with he, she and it. Okay, you see, she is at home. He is at work. It's so interesting. So you can use a full form, he, she, it is, or you can use a short form, like here, it's. It's so interesting. You can also say, she is at home, or she's at home. He is at work, or he is at work. It is so interesting, or it's so interesting. Are. We also have it in present simple with we, you and they. Look, we are lucky. You are not right. Are we talented? Good. And this example. Are you happy? Are you happy? Okay. When do we need to use am, is, are? When we don't have a verb. So if you have a verb like understand, like, you need do or does. If you don't have a verb, you need the form of to be, am, is or are. Okay, you see different examples here. Okay, next. So let's talk about was, were, will and would. Really? I have a question for you. What's the difference between was and were? And what's the difference between will and would? Okay, you see that we use both was and were in past simple. The difference is that we say I, he, she, it was, and we, you, they were. Look, I was there yesterday. She wasn't at home. Was it the best answer? And were. We were satisfied with our results. You weren't lazy. So you can say wasn't or was not, weren't or were not. So wasn't is a short form and weren't is a short form too. Okay? So you know that we mostly use short forms in spoken English. Next, were they with you? And so you also see will and would. Okay? So we also use it if you look at will in future simple. I mean, we also use it in a statement, negative, and questions. So, and we use will with all pronouns. So, no matter what it is, it can be I, he, she, it. Look, I will help you with great pleasure. And you can say, for example, he will help you with great pleasure. So you always say will. You always say will. And would. So you can use it with this structure, would like. Look, I would like to drink a cup of tea. But we normally say I'd like to drink a cup of tea. Next, it can be a modal verb. I would do it. I would do it. It means that, so it's a good idea. It's a good idea to do it. I would do it. And so I prefer to do it. I would do it. It's a good idea to do it. And we use it with conditionals. For example, if I were you, I would do it. Or if I were you, if I were in your place, I would do it. I hope you remember that. So we normally say I, he, she, it was. But if we look at conditionals, we mostly use were. We say if I were, if he were, if she were. So it's okay for conditionals. So you can say if I was you, but it sounds more formal. So we normally use were, so with all the pronouns I, he, she, it, etc. Okay, my friends, very good, very good. So you see that we use was and were in past simple, we use will in future simple, and we use would. So with this structure, would like, we use it, in sentences where it's a modal verb, and we also use it in conditionals. Okay, and we can use it in a statement, negative sentences, and questions. It makes no difference. Okay, and so there is one more very common question. What's the difference between have, has, and had? So we can use have in present simple. I have a car. So we say I will, you, they have. or we can use it in present perfect. I have been to the United States twice. We say been to in present perfect. So I hope you remember how we form present perfect. Have or has plus the third form or past participle. And has. Present simple or present perfect. He, she, it has. She has a boyfriend. It's present simple and it's already happened. So it's means it has. It has already happened. Really, maybe you have a question. How can we understand? So it's or it has, you need to look at the context. So we normally use short forms. So we can hear I've been. I've been to the United States twice. It's correct and it's very good for spoken English. And if you look at had, we use it in past simple. So it doesn't matter he, she, it, we, you, they, it's okay. We always use had. I had so many interesting ideas. And we use it with past perfect. It's one tense before or one time before. He said he had already watched that video. It means that first he watched that video and then he said it. Okay, my friends, thank you very much. And I also think it's a very good idea to make up your own examples or your own sentences with these structures. So do. Okay? For example, what sentence can you make up? Okay? Do you understand this lesson? Do you understand this lesson? Does she agree with us? Does she agree with us? You see that it can be a negative form. For example, I don't do, or I do not. I do not do physical exercises. Physical exercises so regularly. I do not do physical exercises so regularly. Anyway, you need to know that, so we mostly use don't. So do not is very formal and it's a bit unnatural. Okay? Good. Hope you understand it. And we have the same story with does. Does she agree with us? Next. What about am, is, and are? So, am I hardworking? Am I hardworking? Is. It's such a beautiful place. It's such a beautiful place. Are. They're really happy together. They're really happy together. Next. So next it's about was, were, will, and would. Was. I was so happy. Were. Were they there? Were they there? Will. I will support this project. I will support this project. Would. I'd like to get a job. I'd like to get this job. Have or has. Have or has. I've been there so many times. Let's start with have. I've been there I've been there so many times. Good. Has. She's never visited this place. She's never visited this place. She's means she has. She has never visited this place. And had. I understood that he'd created a great lesson. I understood that he had created a great lesson. He had or he'd created a great lesson. Okay, let's repeat it one more time. Or let's say it one more time. Do you understand this lesson? I do not do physical exercises so regularly. Does. So you see, do, good, very good. Okay, I think it's better. So, does she agree with us? Am I hardworking? Is. It's such a beautiful place. Are. They're really happy together. Was. I was so happy. Were they there? Will. I will support this project. Would. I'd like to get the job. It means I would like to get the job. Have. I've been there so many times. Has. She's never visited this place. Had. I understood that he had created a great lesson. Okay, my friends, I see that you see the basic difference between all these words and structures. Okay, you can make up your own examples, you can give more examples, so in a statement, negative form and questions, and maybe with more specific cases, not only with would like, but with would as a modal verb, and in conditionals, why not? Okay, I think that you need more practice, but I'll try to be short and really helpful, my friends. Thank you. You can support this video with your likes and shares. Thanks a lot. See you. Goodbye.